DIY.
Well, everybody was doing all that talking while the Cam and the Maces of the world were talking about how unfair it was. This nigga right here. You know, it's starting. It really is starting to get diabolical now. Kendrick, Dot is starting to get a little bit diabolical now. Now, you know, there was a famous line in Boys in the Hood. He said, "You want to see a dead body?" At this point, it's like, yeah, I might have said, yeah, like, damn, I've never seen that before. Let me see it. And then now I seen it. Now you asking me again, and again, and again, and again. You want to see that? You want to see that same dead body? Like, no, I don't really have interest anymore. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Bloodthirsty, petty as all hell. Kendrick randomly drops this song here on his Instagram. It doesn't have a title, but the working title that Genius is calling it is "Watch the Party Die." And here it has a pair of Black Force Air Ones. Huh? What is the whole thing about the Black Force Air Ones for those that are uncultured in the environment, or maybe you just weren't privy to that? Let's go ahead and get to it. Let's what who in the hell is spamming me? Whatever. Black Force There we go. For those of you that need a definition like this, if someone has Black Air Force energy, then he is someone who is crazy, doesn't give no shit, and does not care at all about himself or anyone else. They are wild, and you shouldn't mess with them.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
That's pretty accurate. Also, too, I've heard it to be describing, say, an NBA player like a Patrick Beverly. He just got a certain craziness to his eyes, like Draymond Green, a certain craziness to his eyes. It's like, even when they're not talking, they sound loud. That makes sense? Even when they're not talking, you look at them and it's like, you got a lot on your mind. You could go off at any second. Black Air Force energy. And that is what he chose to use. Not a high-res photo. He chose to use this low-res photo on some silky white bed sheets. You know, I could try my best not to make this about Drake, but I imagine this has got to give you the shakes. This has got to give you the shakes to see some shit like this pop up on crush your timeline. It's bad enough. It's bad enough. It is bad enough that we just had the announcement of the Super Bowl. We're just barely getting over that. It's bad enough that if you signed into Apple Music today, there was an entire playlist dedicated to the countdown leading up to the Super Bowl.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Oh, buddy. Well, without further ado, here is the song. Let's listen to it in its entirety, and then let's come back and break this whole thing down. Produced by Cardo, apparently. What are we doing? Oh, you can't screen it. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Got it.
I think it's time to watch the party die. The shit that got too wicked to apologize. It's different, get them whacked and disqualified. We even kill the killers cause they like taking innocent lives. Burn a whole village, we start over. It's really that time. Why reason with these niggas if they can't see the future first? Why argue with these clowns if the circus is well at work? Just walk that man down, that'll do everyone a solid. It's love but tough love sometimes gotta result in violence. If we parading gluttony without giving truth to the youth, the graveyard is company, just tell us what casket to choose. They party more than bitches, tell me what are you working for? They glorify scamming, you get chipped over this credit card. Influencers talk down cause I'm not with the basic shit, but they don't hate me, they hate the man that I represent. The type of man that never did right cause I want a favor, the man that resides in patience. So where the soldiers at? The ones that lost it all and learned to learn from that. A thirst for life, head inside a book cause he concerned with that. Information that'll change his life because he yearns for that. Dedication, finding out what's right cause he can earn from that.
Come on.
I feel for the women that deal with the clown and nerd shit. Can't blame them, today they ain't really got much to work with. How many bitches harder than a lot of you niggas? Would trade all of y'all for nip, I can't be proud of you niggas. God give me life, dear God please give me peace. Dear God please keep these lame niggas away from me.
Yeah.
Dear God keep me shining, the fuck do they really think? Pocket watching, you must be the police.
Come on.
God bless these words, dear God bless how I think. Dear God draw the line, they tryna confuse them with me. Dear God please forgive me, you knowing how hard I tried. I think it's time for me to watch the party die. Get them gone, we go watch the party die. Send them home, we go watch the party die. It's time to watch the party die. Street niggas and the corporate guys, the rappers that report the lies. I need their families mortified. We can do life without them, get their bodies organized. Tell me if you oblige. No more pillow talking, jump starting neighborhood wars. Dirty macking bitches because your spirit is insecure. The flashy nigga with nasty decisions, using money as a backbone. I want his head cracked before he's back home. The radio personality pushing propaganda for salary. Let me know when they turn up as a casualty. I want agony, assault and battery. I see a new earth filled with beautiful people making humanity work. Let's kill the followers that follow up on popping mollies from the obvious degenerates that's failing to acknowledge the hope that we trying to spread. If I'm not his vote, then you need to bring his fucking head or film that shit in high res. God give me life, dear God please give me peace. Dear God please keep these lame niggas away from me.
Come on.
Dear God keep me shining, the fuck do they really think?
Yeah.
Pocket watching, you must be the police. God bless these words, dear God bless how I think. Dear God draw the line, they tryna confuse them with me. Dear God please forgive me, you knowing how hard I tried. I think it's time for me to watch the party die.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder what Lecrae would do. Fuck these niggas up or show them just what prayer do. I wanna be empathetic, my heart like D1, but I will.
I feel it. I want to be empathetic like D1, but sometimes I want to.
It's time to get these devils out the way. Heavy metals on my sword, we settle hard disputes today. The ghetto Hollywood divorce, say hello to your future fate. The culture bred with carnivores, you let them snack, they eat your face. The signatures is being forged. They wonder why I'm not enthused to drop. The more visible you get, the more your spiritual is tried.
Remind me to come back to this line, damn it.
It's cynical to say I know these artists petrified. The end result in jail by Jezebel, a drugged up full of lies. Critical, I know my physical is tested all the time. I'm pitiful, sunk in place soon as I'm questioning my pride. I'm seeing ghosts, blacking out, relapsing one thought at a time. I spend no feelings that ain't mine, I'm in my feelings when I slide. I mean, a nigga wonder what Lecrae would do. Terrence Martin said I'm mentally with layers, true. I flood the market with my best regards, I paid your dues. And so it's up if you ain't one of ours, it's bad news. My nigga Jay Estrada said I gotta burn it down to build it up. That confirmation real as fuck, it ain't too many real as us. Locking into what I trust, looking outside, the kids live tomorrow. Cause today the party just
Let's go! Burn this motherfucker down. Burn it down. Burn it down and rebuild. Burn it down and rebuild. Oh, burn it down. Burn down all of this rapping about the colors of your vajayjay. Burn down all of this obsession with commercialism. Burn down all of this obsession with quantity over quality. You know why this music feel like this? Because you don't get it all the time.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna
You fiends. You know why this music feel different? Because you don't get this shit all the time. You know when it was like when you was a kid and you couldn't get access to certain things because you couldn't afford it, but when you got it during Christmas, when you got it during your birthday, that shit hit just a little bit harder. This is what happens when you have somebody who has obviously spent the time on their own craft, not somebody writing for their craft. Is that a Drake slide? Yes, the fuck it is. When you're talking about somebody who has spent the hours to go after mastery, not mastery of just entrepreneurship, which should be saluted, not just mastery of delegation, but when you have somebody that is a master of their craft, that shit hits different. He can sit here and rap on very minimal drums, over string arrangements, and it feels different. You know why Meet the Grams felt spooky? Because that is the product, the byproduct of somebody that has worked on their craft.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell
You
it.
can't fake that. There's not enough likes out here to make it look like that. You can't fake that feeling. This is what we're talking about. This is not about bringing back an old school rap. This is about returning this shit back to the order that it should have been in. This man, not to blow the spot up, but he's really looking like the spook that sat by the door. Anybody who knows that movie is for free actually right now on YouTube. You should go check that out, right? The concept of someone who was able to penetrate into the system, into the government, learn their tactics, and then bring it back home to the hood, and then teach those the things that he learned in this environment. He found his way into the environment. He fit in. He didn't stand out for any wrong reasons. He listened, he heard, and then when it was time to be on the biggest stage, the Super Bowl, he drops this. He could have easily, think about this for a second. He could have easily had the announcement and then dropped Broccoli, and niggas would have been out of their mind. Oh, he finally dropped the song. That's what the industry would tell you to do. That's what we've been used to. No, instead, he shows you, I have such a love for this craft. I'm going to give you 4 minutes of bars over a minimalist Cardo beat, over a sample-based beat, at the time where you could just go crazy. If he would have dropped the Broccoli right now, people would go insane. This is different. This is different. Is it time to now break this down? Yes, name dropping Lecrae and D1 is a good look for Christian rap. I think so. I think you know what? I don't always agree with my brother D1. I know D1. That's my guy. I've worked on a project. I produced for him and the homie Murs on a project, right? Christian rap album. I produced it. He actually recorded in this space right here. And he has been out there making sure that his stances are heard, even if they oppose the viewpoints of a lot of hip hop fans, because he's like, the only person I answer to is God. So he's been catching hell from the Rick Rosses, pun intended, the Rick Rosses, the Jim Joneses, media outlets that won't give him a platform but will criticize him. So for, once again, Kendrick to use this opportunity to big up him, it's more than just a mention of a name. This can change someone's pockets. Not saying that D1 needs it. I'm not pocket checking. This can change the rest of their year, just getting a mention like this. You really recognize that? Lecrae, another legend in Christian rap. Don't need it, but this changes the narrative because Lecrae has been doing a lot of great work on YouTube. So when you think of all these different factors, these things don't matter to somebody who's popping, who's popular. They got this shit turned up. I don't care about none of that. I'm the one. It's not about the streamers. It's not about, you're talking to the culture once again. This is the significance. I hope the people who just didn't understand, like, why are you guys so worried about the culture? You guys are overdoing it with the culture. I hope you realize that it has more of a standing. It lasts longer. It's like using food with real ingredients. It tastes different. When you stay that connected, this is the kind of reactions you're going to get. Incredible. I think we should play this shit one more time. This time, I already know one of the bootleggers on YouTube already got this song. I already know they got this song. We probably gonna have to listen to it there in order to keep these lyrics up because Instagram wants you to open up the window. I respect that gangster. I get it. But we do need to open this up on YouTube because I just know. Let's say, watch the party die. Kendrick. I know one of you bootleggers got this up already. I know y'all can't wait. Of course. Who the hell is Chris Venegas? All right, let's bop this right one more time. But this time we're gonna have the lyrics up here on the screen. I told you, I know YouTube like the back of my hand. I know one of you damn bootleggers had this shit already. I just knew you had this shit already. Let's try to break this down. I'm not gonna catch everything because this is only my second listen. I literally listened to it one time. My wife said, "You know what you gotta do," and I said, Yes, I do. I gotta get in here with the DIYers and we gotta cook. It's time to eat. It's time to eat. Yes, honey, I'm ready to eat. She said, go get them. Go get it then. Yeah, I love my wife. Shout out to her. Let's play this record again. This time it's on YouTube. We can pause it as we go through these lyrics. Let's go. Produced by Cardo once again. Shout out to Cardo. Can we first, wait a minute, wait. Can we acknowledge that this is dropping on 9/11? I'm not even gonna go too deep into that. I just Black Air Force One energy on 9/11 is complete insanity. I'll let you sit with that one though. Which leads me, Niles, you just said it, which leads me to believe we're getting a second one tonight. A second song.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Hey, leave this nigga alone, bro. Leave him alone. I don't know how to say it in any other language. Leave it alone. Leave the nigga alone. In Russian, leave the nigga alone. Whatever language you need to hear it, leave this nigga alone. Drakey poo. Ain't no way you ain't in the house twitching and fidgeting right now. Ain't no fucking way you ain't in that house twitching and fidgeting. Ain't no way. Ain't no way you see these Air Force. Huh? Ain't no way you seen all these. All right, let's play this song. It ain't about Drake. This is about Kendrick. Let's go.
I think it's time to watch the party die. The shit that got too wicked to apologize. It's different, get them whacked and disqualified. We even kill the killers cause they like taking innocent lives. Burn a whole village, we start over. It's really that time. Why reason with these niggas if they can't see the future first? Why argue with these clowns if the circus is well at work? Just walk that man down, that'll do everyone a solid. It's love but tough love sometimes gotta result in violence. If you parading gluttony without giving truth to the youth, the graveyard is company, just tell us what casket the truth.
Just in true Kendrick fashion, there's a lot here that we need to go ahead and dice up for a second. I think it's time to watch the party die. What is the party? You know, the folks who translate and can't wait. Some of them be hella too thirsty. I think the party is the industry as we've known it, the music industry as we've known it, the traditional music industry as we've known it, the direction that hip-hop culture has been going in when it comes to being in the mainstream eye. Mainstream rap, I think that's a part of it. I think it's the industry, the journalists, the influencers, the internet culture in general, if you want to call it a culture, the internet environment. I believe that's what the party has been because a lot of people have been parading around and have been able to enjoy the fruits of such party. This breakdown's not coming here, but that's fine. This shit done got too wicked to apologize. It's different. Let me get this up here on the screen. I'm gonna just verify it. I'm gonna go through them, but I'm gonna verify it. You know, I'm a rapper. I'm really a rapper out here. Go check out Curtis King. I'm really a rapper out here. So as I dice these down, I'll verify. This annotator said that throughout 2024, Kendrick and Drake were locked in a highly publicized rap battle where both artists leveled explosive allegations against one another. On Family Matters, Drake alleged that Kendrick had assaulted his fiancée, Whitney. And guess what? On this very channel, we talked to Whitney's cousin. Shout out to B Fresh. You should go watch that video after this.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth.
He set the record straight. Shout out my guy B Fresh. He set the record straight for you Dumases. In a response, Kendrick hit back on tracks like Meet the Gram and Not Like Us where he focused on accusing Drake of predatory behavior, even going so far as to label him a PDF. Kendrick suggests that their feud has escalated beyond repair, stating that the situation has become too wicked for an apology to suffice. He further implies that Drake should be disqualified from the rap game due to the severity of the allegations against him.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Hey, 48 laws of power. Injure opponent. I forget the name of it. Injure opponent. What is it? Which one is it? Crush your enemy totally. Let's bring this over here real quick. 48 Laws of Power. I'm not saying that he's an avid reader of this crazy ass book, but it's a crazy ass way that it has a lot of connection. The 15th law of 48 Laws of Power. Check it out. Drake, leave my internet alone. Law 15. Sometimes they have learned they have to learn this the hard way. If one ember is left alight, no matter how dimly it smolders, a fire will eventually break out. More is lost through stopping halfway than through total annihilation. The enemy will recover and will seek revenge. You shut that round 2 shit up, boy. Sit your ass down. Huh? You sit your ass down. Super Bowl was the first announcement. This shit, in case you want to get froggy, huh? You want to get froggy again? Sit your ass down. I told you, sat down. I sat down. Anyways, back to the lyrics. I just thought that was interesting. Yeah, he is crushing his opponent entirely. Boy, oh boy. So, breaking it down even further, let's keep it going. All right, so then the next bars will go on to say, we even kill the killers because they take it innocent lies, burn a whole village, we start over. It's really that time. We even kill the killers because they like taking innocent lives. Music, if this is what it is, my interpretation of it is that through drill music, through really music that is made. Matter of fact, I'm gonna bring this clip up. I think this really does apply to what we're talking about right here. I posted this. This is from a podcast that I've been tapping into as of late, but the gentleman on this podcast made a really, really valid point, and I want to make sure that I highlight it here. A lot of music sounds a certain way these days.
Look.
A lot of music sounds a certain way these days, and before you accuse me of throwing my fist up and saying, oh, I hate all the new music, I don't. I really don't. But I do think a lot of music has become purposely destructive. Whether that's the doing of the artist or the doing of the labels they're signed to, doesn't really matter. It's destructive no matter what. And all parties involved must take some kind of responsibility. With that said, I thought this is a really interesting theory. When we're talking about killing even the killers because they're killing off even innocent people, right? You hear these niggas songs, they killing everybody and anything moving. But I did think this clip was really, really interesting. Listen to what this brother has to say. This is on the Viral Way podcast.
I got a theory why rap is so fucking trash now. It's not because the execs pushing the bullshit. It's not because people don't want to hear lyrics. I think people's lifestyles literally changed. The new up-and-comers, that's the youth, they grew up on the internet. They didn't grow up outside. The rappers of our era, they grew up outside. They went through things. They had stories to tell. A lot of these little niggas don't have no story to tell.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I do a series where I review new music every Monday. This is not theory. Reviewing music every Monday. And I promise every Monday I will hear from a rapper that ain't never shot, he ain't shot a grape in a fruit fight. I promise you, I will hear another rapper talking about shit they've never done. But because it sounds sexy over that trap beat, sexy over that drill beat, they get it off. Crazy. Hey, yo, this is the age we're talking about. Even the innocent. Come on, you're not even getting, we killing the killers. That's what it seems like to me is going to happen in this great reset, this renaissance that he's alluding to, I believe.
Because they don't have no life experience. They grew up in the house, in front of webcams, on the fucking internet and on social media. They weren't outside. So they're not connecting with the world because their world was through a lens. So, you know what I'm saying? And it's reflected in the music, which is why it lacks substance, because there's no substance to their life. Their whole life was online.
Shout out the Viral Way podcast. I just found them on Instagram and I thought that was really dope. Let's keep it going. Did djhed hit me up on here? All I did was I didn't hear him. He said stay on live. I don't know if he said that to me. I didn't see it on here. But that's the homie. In case he does say something, stay on live. Yeah, I don't see anything here, but everybody been tagging me. Y'all, you know, it warms my little heart. It warms my little heart that y'all was like, "Hey, Curtis, man, we need that. We need that reaction. That warmed my heart. Y'all actually be caring and shit. Tight shit." With that said, I think that does a good job of explaining a little bit of what that made mean in that line. Burn a whole village, we start over. It's really that time. Yes, it's really that time. I'm sorry. When you're seeing sales are depleting for even the bullshit, even the stuff that they said, that we're only making this type of music because it sells. What happens when that music doesn't sell anymore? So now we're just being destructive for free? We're losing money to just be destructive for free? We're filling up prison cells and jail cells for free? You can't even say it's a financial benefit anymore. Because now you got labels who are deprioritizing rap in name of Latin music, in name of Afro beats. So what burn a whole village, we start over. I think it's really that time. Why reason with these niggas if they can't see the future first? What does the annotation say? This likely alludes to how Kendrick kickstarted the whole beef with a track with Future on their now iconic, so a play on Future's name. Okay, I could see that. On that track, Kendrick boldly places himself above the entire rap game. This may also refer to Kendrick himself, who has a stock of Drake disses on his backlog in anticipation for Drake to drop. Kendrick seemingly saw the future first when he dropped Meet the Grams just 40 minutes after Drake released his own response. Okay, I see where they're getting to. Why argue with these clowns if the circus is where they work? I might use that in regular conversation. I'm not arguing with you clowns. Nigga, the circus is where you work. I'm just visiting through here. Just walk that man down. That'll do everyone a solid. It's love, but tough love. Sometimes I gotta result in violence.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I just walked that man down. That'll do everyone here a solid. This shit like Officer Hoyt. This shit got Officer Hoyt energy on it. Remember in Training Day when he's like, man, somebody handle this fool. And then Officer Hoyt walked away, and he was like, I have y'all playing in Pelican Bay. I'm King Kong, ain't got shit on me. And nobody helped him. I feel like instead of Officer Hoyt walked away, Kendrick ain't walk away. He walked that man down. And it's tough love. Sometimes that gotta result in violence. If you parade in gluttony without giving truth to the youth, the graveyard is company. That's a bar. Tell us what casket to choose. Kendrick contrasts his role as a messenger of truth and knowledge with Drake's tendency to focus on materialism and hedonism in his music. K-Dot accuses Drake of flaunting excess without offering meaningful insight or wisdom, especially to the younger generation. This echoes a similar sentiment from Kendrick's song Euphoria. I make music that electrify him, you make music that pacify him. The grim imagery of the graveyard suggests that a life centered around superficial pleasures leads to emptiness or even destruction. Just tell us what casket to choose. Serves as a metaphorical warning implying that those who follow this path are heading towards their own downfall. This is Kendrick, positioning himself as a guide for the youth, while Drake's perceived lack of substance, in Kendrick's views, offers nothing but a road to ruin. It's a good annotation. Shout out to them. They party more than the bitches. Tell me what are you working for? They glorify scamming. You get chipped over this credit card. Slow it down. I just did. Influencers talk down because I'm not with. I said influencers talk down because I'm not with the basic shit. You talking to your ass, Akademiks. But they don't hate me. They hate the man that I represent. The type of man that never dick ride because I want a favor. The man that resides in patience. So where the soldiers at? I'm gonna let this cook a little bit more. Damn. Hey, bro, he talking to you, bro. Hey, this nigga talking to you now. He talking to you.
Say party more than bitches. Tell me what are you working for?
What's good, djhed?
You get chipped over this credit.
Hold on, man. Celebrate my dog djhed one time. djhed in the building. Been trying to get this man out here for the longest, but he has been in high demand. Salute, bro. Salute to you. Salute to you, sir. You are always welcome on this platform. I told you I'll be knowing niggas in real life. Can y'all stop playing with me? Hold on. Can y'all stop playing with me? Y'all think I just appeared on the internet? I be knowing niggas in real life. Can we stop it? Shout out my guy djhed, known CK 10 plus years. Look, good looking out, djhed. You know I appreciate you, brother. What a time. What a time. He told y'all. He told y'all. Somebody told me that you said that we need to stay tuned because this may not be done yet, huh? Is that so? Is that so? Hold on, let me get this real quick. Did I put this up here right? For whatever reason, the stuff is not showing up. Nah, Nick Gregory is the best. That is the best. That's the best one over here. We're going to play the song again. Hold on. Let me put this up here. Yo no sé, no habla inglés. I hear you. Look, man. Look. You've been called in this. Head, the funniest shit you said, bro, and I meant to hit you up about this. The funniest shit you said, Head, on Twitter after Akademiks had a hissy fit. I ain't like that shit. I reacted. I didn't like that shit. When he had a hissy fit about being the greatest journalist, you didn't say nothing. You was like, you got it, bro. I said, that's dangerous. He don't know Head. He don't know Head like I know djhed. I said, that's dangerous. And then the Super Bowl drops and you say, journalism. Oh my gosh. Leave West Coast niggas alone. Leave West Coast niggas. You got it, champ. Exactly. You got it, champ. You know what? It's your world. West Coast. Leave these West Coast niggas alone, bro. Hey, man. I don't care if you think they are square. Leave them alone. It's like I don't bother New Yorkers either, because the streets be too narrow. Y'all got a different kind of energy because it's a different environment. West Coast is treacherous. I don't care where you from. It's treacherous. Wear the wrong sport hat. Wear the wrong hat in the wrong place. I was watching a video today that said why you shouldn't wear certain brands. It's a 5-minute video. And I said, I am a miracle that I am alive at 39, living out here. It's different. It's treacherous. But I digress. Shout out my guy, djhed, one more time. Come on now. Back here to the song now. Okay, so let's get it here. A pair of dusty ass Air Force Ones is still that shit. I thought the scariest artwork this year was gonna be "What's up, Millennial Mindset?" Salute to you. Thank you for the super chat. I thought the scariest artwork was gonna be the OJ looking glove. Right? I said that shit is scary. This shit right here. What you mean, bro? What you mean by that? Just send that to somebody in the text message and see what they say. All right, let's keep it cooking.
Influencers talk down cause I'm not with the basic shit, but they don't hate me, they hate the man that I represent. The type of man that never did right cause I won a favor. The man that resides in patience. So where the soldiers at? The ones that lost it all and learned to learn from that. A thirst for life, head inside a book cause he concerned with that. Information that'll change his life because he yearns for that. Dedication, finding out what's right cause he can earn from that. I feel for the women.
Why are you so trash? Genius.
Them. Today they
Hold on.
Got much to work with. How many bitches harder than a lot of you niggas?
Well, Genius, why is your website so trash right now? Can we get rid of this bottom? Why every time I scroll down, this motherfucker do this? What are we doing? What the? Tuck your bottom lip. Hold on. Kendrick Lamar, because I know somebody didn't copy this. Kendrick Lamar, watch the party die. Now watch it be a website with a whole bunch of matter of fact, somebody gotta have the lyrics up on YouTube. You niggas is fast. Hold on, let me see. That'll solve all this. There you go. Shout out to Aquila. Hopefully they right. How the hell, Genius? How the hell your name Genius and you got your stupid ass layout? All right, I'm sorry, y'all. Here we go.
Clown boss if the circus is well at work. Just walk that man down, that'll do everyone a solid. It's love, but tough love sometimes gotta result in violence. If you parading gluttony without giving truth to the youth, the graveyard is company. Just tell us what casket to choose. They party more than bitches. Tell me, what are you working for? They glorify scamming. You get chipped over this credit card. Influencers talk down cause I'm not with the basic shit. But they don't hate me, they hate the man that I represent. The type of man that never dick ride cause I want a favor. The man that resides in patience. So where the soldiers at? The ones that lost it all and learned to learn from that. A thirst for life, head inside a book cause he concerned with that. Information that'll change his life because he yearns for that. Dedication, finding out what's right cause he can earn from that.
Come on, man, you getting life lessons through these bars. You know what's crazy? Somebody, I just seen y'all right now that said not the annotation, at least on Genius, it could be wrong, says Cardo produced this beat. Shout out to Cardo Got Wings. But we're already talking about Akademiks' reaction, and to me, that's a part of the issue that's going on right now. I'm going to say something that's going to probably get me in trouble, but fuck it. When did we start trusting the opinions of folks like DJ Akademiks when it came to musical taste? I'm gonna add one to this because my guy was just in here. When did we start trusting the opinion of niggas with opinions? Not real DJs, like a djhed who I've seen from the very beginning do DJ things, DJ events, right? Actually DJ his sets. A tastemaker for music, someone who gives tips all the time to when the fuck do we allow somebody who's just a fan to be a leading voice? To me, it's the same problem we got with these playlisters. You allow some nerdy ass dude, and this is no disrespect if it's somebody from South Dakota, some nerdy ass dude from South Dakota that never been a part of the culture tell you what your culture should sound like. Does that sound right to you? Now, I haven't even heard Akademiks say anything. I bet you this is what it is. He's talking about how boring the song is. He's talking about how oh my God, he's back on his rapping and shit. I really wish you would get back to that Not Like Us. You don't think a Kendrick knows that that's the kind of shit that makes you hypnotize dummies go crazy? And that's just not for Ak. That's just for a lot of people. I can predict it without even watching the video. So the question is, why are you listening to me? Well, I've been an artist and a producer for 20 years. I didn't just come up here on YouTube and decide and just out of nowhere started talking about this shit. I really lived this shit. As a 20-year plus veteran in the independent space, I give you different critiques because I really do this. I'm currently doing it. Not what I used to do. I'm doing it right now. Listen to my music and you'll see the quality. Even if it's not for you, you'll see the care. You'll see the quality. But the problem is we allow people to get in position to be the leaders and the leaders of the culture voice, and they ain't did shit except for what you see them do on the internet. Why am I valuing your opinion? Oh, because you make money. Respect to you and your business for making money. That should have never ran anybody's opinion. That should never run your brain the way that you think of this hip hop culture. Why the fuck are we ever? Burn this shit down, Kendrick. Burn it down. Burn it down. There's too many people that's been in power that ain't never contributed shit except for an opinion. Ain't never been out here and did shit to contribute to this culture except for mock the shit. Except for downplay our most talented human beings out here in hip hop. It's a shame that you see OGs in our genre. OGs in rock music get to go off and they get to live their arena lives, right? They get to still sell out. But because of the opinions and the power that sometimes we give them, they get to determine whether or not an OG could even have a career in this. They fuck up the trajectory for an OG coming up in this. Because he said, Aka said this, I ain't listening to no old dusty old head nigga. That's not journalism. That's destructive. You mean the same one that was allowed to create a whole channel about the war in Chirac like niggas wasn't dying? That's who we put in charge of the culture conversations. Burn this motherfucker down. Burn it down. Burn it down. Them folks should have never been in charge of the conversation because look how irresponsible they are with the leadership and the position they have. I think he does a great job of doing his job. I think a Stephen A. Smith does a great job of debating and talking his shit about, from his perspective, the sport. But I'm sorry, if you've never played the game, there's a difference between listening to a podcast from Stephen A. Smith, who's a very accomplished journalist, and I respect it. There's a difference between that podcast and the one you heard from JJ Redick and LeBron. The X's and O's, those are the people that you should be listening to when they talking about this culture. Not a nigga that just like it, that made a bunch of millions from it. I don't play that shit. And then you go and shit on the people like djhed who actually put in the work. What are you doing? Burn this shit down. Let's keep it going.
I feel for the women that deal with the clown and nerd shit. Can't blame them. Today they ain't really got much to work with. How many bitches harder than a lot of you niggas? Will trade all of y'all for nip. I can't be proud of you niggas. God, give me life. Dear God, please give me peace.
Come on.
Dear God, please keep these lame niggas away from me. Dear God, keep me shining. The fuck do they really think? Pocket watching, you must be the police. God.
And that's all you see. You see, I have no disrespect for just people who are fans of this culture, right? We need fans of this culture. We need commentators. We need streamers. But we need y'all to use your platform with responsibility. We need you to do your research. We need you to dig deeper. We need you to think about more about the culture than you're thinking about your goddamn metrics. We need that.
Somebody's gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
But it doesn't matter what we need, because you're going to have to do it in order to make your next coin. That's the shift that happens, the one that he's describing. Whether you think, oh, a song like this couldn't have an impact on it, doesn't matter what the impact of it is. It's the fact that someone who has the stage he has, which will now be one of the biggest stages on the Super Bowl, is talking like this. You better be careful. You better plan out the rest of this year carefully if you're currently in that industry, because shit is about to get a little bit wicked. All of those opportunities, them gigs, them walkthroughs that you used to get 6 figures for may not come so often. All those sponsorship deals, these corporations, them niggas broke too. A shift is happening. And anybody who's been following this channel, shout out my guy Stevie Crooks. We've been talking about it for quite a long time. Here it is, front and center.
Bless these words, dear God, bless how I think. Dear God, draw the line, they trying to confuse them with me. Dear God, please forgive me, you knowing how hard I tried. I think it's time for me to watch the party die. Get them gone, we go watch the party die. Send them home, we go watch the party die.
Come on. Yeah, no apologies at all, Fly Mama. You can't tootsie slide your way out of this one. Come on.
I think it's time to watch the party die. Street niggas and the corporate guys, the rappers that report the lies. I need their families mortified. We can do life without them, get their bodies organized. Tell me if you oblige. No more pillow talking, jump starting neighborhood wars.
I like that. I like that energy you got in here in the super chat. So, DKG72, thank you for the super chat. Says, this ain't a Drake diss. This is a state of hip hop diss. It gives me that energy of this is much bigger than one guy. To me, Drake was just he was the most successful version of a bigger problem. And maybe it doesn't just start with a Drake. Maybe it's a reflection of where society was at that point in time. But I'm sorry, in a time period like right now, and I even think that there's been people who have tried to attempt to do what is being done here, but it just wasn't their time, it wasn't their position, or they got shut down before they had an opportunity to. Shout out XXXTENTACION. That's an individual who definitely was calling a lot of this shit like, hey, I know you hear him taking my shit, but he can't even shout me out while I'm in jail. I know y'all see this shit. That wasn't his time. It wasn't his position to do that. But a Kendrick, you can't just blackball an individual like this, especially when he's someone who, although he makes art that is very different from a Drake, he makes a lot of money for the people that are involved with him. Super Bowl doesn't happen because Jay-Z just picks them. No. It still has to go through a board in New Orleans that decides in the city, is this best for our city image and best for the income of our city? So everybody talking about Lil Wayne this, Lil Wayne that. There have been people who have been bringing this up, and this is no disrespect to the legend because he is a legend. And it shouldn't be a Kendrick versus a Lil Wayne. That's not what this is. Y'all created that. But Lil Wayne is really somebody who found his segmenting in the culture by rapping the way that he did, by caring about this craft. Black Lives Matter, politics aside, the stuff he said about police brutality is still very tone fucking deaf. But two things can be true: that was tone deaf, and that he's one of the greatest to do what he does. Because he cares about the craft. Somewhere along the line, people began caring more about the music, the money than the music. And when that happened, look what happened to the music. So now, time for the party to be over with. Somebody cut the lights. Something's happening.
Dirty macking bitches because your spirit is insecure. The flashy nigga with nasty decisions, using money as a backbone. I want his head cracked before he's back home. The radio personality pushing propaganda for salary.
The radio personality pushing propaganda for salary.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
No more. No more. You can't kick out the smaller voices. There used to be a time that you can kick out the people who didn't have a bigger platform than you. Can't do that shit no more. Because the Mady Babies is different. The Mady's Babies is different, first of all. What you're seeing is a lot of 80s babies that are going into their own realm. I'm an 80s baby. They're going into their own realms and they're reacting in a way that we've never seen before, which is why the Renaissance is happening.
Let me know when they turn up as a casualty. I want agony, assault and battery. I see a new earth.
There is no name of the song, but right now the working title, I believe that the platforms are reporting, is called Watch the Party Die by Kendrick Lamar.
Filled with beautiful people making humanity work. Let's kill the followers that follow up on popping mollies from the obvious degenerates that's failing to acknowledge the hope that we trying to spread. If I'm not his vote, then you need to bring his fucking head or film that shit in high res.
The generation that's failing to acknowledge the hope that we're trying to spread. If I'm not his vote, then you need to bring his fucking head.
Then you need to bring his fucking head or film that shit in high.
Or film that shit in high res. Oh no, this is Black Air Force energy, my friends.
Res, God give me life. Dear God, please give me peace. Dear God, please keep these lame niggas away from me. Dear God, keep me shining. The fuck do they really think? Pocket watching, you must be the police. God bless these words, dear God, bless how I think. Dear God, draw the line, they trying to confuse them with me. Dear God, please forgive me, you knowing how hard I tried. I think it's time for me to watch the party die.
You know why this is, I said this earlier, but I'm going to reinforce it now. You know why this feels different is because we don't get it all the time. One of the biggest criticisms people have of a Kendrick is, you know, even though we OVOers were using this like this was some kind of pain point for fans or for listeners. That's, okay. Y'all just got 5 diss songs from him, but you ain't gonna hear from him for another 5 months. About that. Huh? It seems like you were wrong about that again, too. This is what happens when you take your time. You know what? Let me change my tone. You're not used to that. You're used to rappers that don't take their time. You're used to rappers who literally diarrhea out music because for them music only takes 15 seconds, 15 minutes, whatever the case may be. I get it. You know what? You're not used to quality. And when you hear it, it's almost like you've been used to burgers from McDonald's your whole life. All you've been fed for the last 15 years is them burgers from McDonald's. And your mind can't no burger be better than that. Then somebody really sat down and Chef Ramsay this shit up. They added the spices. They got, you know what I'm saying? They smashed the burger up a little bit. They cooked it at the perfect temperature. They didn't rush it. They put it on a certain type of bun that has to be imported. They got all these different ingredients and you listen to it and you say, it just looks boring. What does your McDonald's taste buds know about quality? Tell me something more. I'd love to. Hold on, what? Huh? Tell me more about what your taste buds know about quality. This is why it's different. Kayla said imported buns is crazy. Yeah, I might have been crazy for that one, but I said what I said. When you don't know quality, when you don't know quality, quality sounds like boredom. You poor, battered taste buds, you poor, uncultured, unseasoned tofu feet. You tofu. I'm so sorry that they did that to you.
Please forgive me, you knowing how hard I tried. I think it's time for me to watch the party die. Sometimes I wonder what Lecrae would do. Fuck these niggas up or show them just what prayer do. I wanna be empathetic, my.
Can you give me see? I love these moments when Kendrick will show you why he is different from the other guy or the other folks. How many of these other folks is gonna shout out Lecrae? What is the chances that even on God's plan, we'd hear a Lecrae bar from Drake?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I got my expensive water out for this one. Yeah. What's the chance you gonna hear a D1 bar from Drake? He's probably sitting here listening to this shit with us like, fuck is Lecrae? The fuck is D1? Are they like some Compton gangsters? Who are these guys?
Heart like D1, but I will. It's time to get these devils out the way. Heavy metals on my sword, we settle hard disputes today. The ghetto Hollywood divorce, say hello to your future fate. The culture bred with carnivores, you let them snack, they eat your face.
The culture is bred with carnivores, you let them eat they.
Would divorce, say hello to your future fate. The culture bred with carnivores.
The future bred with carnivores, you let them snack, they eat your face. Yeah, I think we've used the terms self-cannibalizing pretty often over the last year or so. And that it feels like mainstream rap is cannibalizing itself. When you got rappers that don't even make it out of their first when I saw the passing of Pop Smoke, when I saw the passing of P&B Rock, and I know all these situations are different. I know they're isolated and they have their own thing, but when I see how quickly, even like for Takeoff, how quickly the stadium funeral was ready, how quickly the graphics were done at these labels to show their appreciation, the streaming platforms, I started to ask a question if they have an actual rollout for the death of rappers. It's a really dark question to ask. But living in this time, it's very easy to see that when you have an industry that is cannibalizing itself, it doesn't really put too much focus on the names. Doesn't really care about the names, because just like in a regular job, you're replaceable. And by their actions, you can tell how replaceable these folks are. It's just another rollout. I hate to say that because I think about the families of these rappers that lost their lives, but when you talk about some of the contractual things that go on, it's just another rollout. Matter of fact, they're probably even anticipating, hey, by the time this rapper passes away, we should see 500% increases in their streamings. We should see that. Yeah. Let's anticipate that and let's actually get on the phone with Spotify and make sure that we have a big old banner at the top saying RIP and how they're missed. Shit becomes a rollout. That's what happened when you have an industry that is cannibalizing itself. These type of things happen. So when I listen to that, that's what I think about first.
Let them snack, they eat your face. The signatures is being forged. They wonder why I'm not enthused to drop. The more visible.
It said drive, but he said they wonder why I'm not. I want to break this line down. I love this line so much. They wonder why I'm not enthused to drop music.
The signatures is being forged. They wonder why I'm not enthused to drop. The more visible you get, the more your spiritual is tried.
They wonder why I'm not enthused to drop. The more was it one more time? They wonder why I'm not enthused to drop.
They wonder why I'm not enthused to drop.
The more visible you get,
the more visible you get,
the more your spiritual is tried. I imagine that someone like a Dot is very seasoned for these moments, right? Maybe that's part of the reason why we got the album that we got of Mr. Morale, because it does feel like that was a purging of the ego, a purging of stories that otherwise an enemy would love to see and use against him. He purged these things almost like it was in preparation. I listened to 616 in LA, and I'll be honest with you, when that song first dropped, I was excited more for the battle than I was for that song. There's something about that song just didn't feel like it was as direct as I wanted it to be, especially after all these other ones had dropped. Euphoria and Like That. I listen to that song now and it sounds like war music. It sounds like preparation for war music. It sounds like a prayer before war music in the form of a hip hop song. So when I see him say a bar like this, that the more visible you are, the more your spirit is tried, I think about a Kanye West, bro. I think about a Kanye West. I'm not going to act like I know who the hell Kanye West is in real life, but I think about a Kanye West. and I think about how visible he is, there's many different ways that you see rappers attempt to stay relevant, not even stay relevant, but attempt to extend their careers. Okay, there's many different ways you see it. Some people do it through pure quantity and visibility. I feel like that's what Kanye does. He says something polarizing, makes you hate him, and then does a whole gospel album with the most beautiful choir you ever heard and makes you love him all over again. And a moment that you're like, yeah, we got it. It's Ye season. He says slavery was a choice. And you're like, yeah, I don't know where to stand on this one, Ye. And then he does something else, and you're like, okay, we're back again. And then he puts on one of them damn MAGA hats. And you're like, what are we doing, bro? That is a way that I think he got from, what's my guy's name? Kaufman, the comedian. Kaufman, comedian. What's the comedian name? Comedian. Andy Kaufman. I believe that he has studied an Andy Kaufman. Andy Kaufman was known for these antics. Andy Kaufman was known for doing these things that once again extended his career because you could not predict where he's going next. Right? It's another law of the 48 laws of power. Ye has tried to do that through quantity of ideas, messages, and all these different things, okay? All these different things. Another way that people do it to extend their career is to use exclusivity. Right? In the same line as like a Sade or a Prince, rest in peace, Prince. They're artists that when they come back out, their presence is felt because they're not always out. But then I start to think, imagine how testing that can be on your spirit, especially when you're putting your music out there for the world to judge and you're living in a time period where it's not appreciated like it might have been appreciated in the 90s, like it might have been appreciated in the early 2000s. You're living in a time that is so hypnotized. I don't use that word loosely. So hypnotized, so hateful of themselves. How the hell could they love something that's telling them to be a better version of themselves? So the more that you're visible, the more your spiritual is tried. And not just his spiritual. I imagine that his family goes through this as well. When you got people that are accusing you of being a domestic abuser. When you got a Drake out here accusing your business partner of being the father of your kids. And all these folks are running with it. And these bots are going crazy. And I'd stay off the internet too. Take it how you want it. It's a pretty ridiculous time period to be someone who makes the kind of music that he makes. But I'm glad that he does.
Or your spiritual is tried. It's cynical to say I know these artists petrified. The end result in jail by Jezebel, a drugged up full of lies. Critical, I know my physical is tested all the time. I'm pitiful, sunk in place soon as I'm questioning my pride. I'm seeing ghosts, blacking out, relapsing one thought at a time. I spend no feelings that ain't mine. I'm in my feelings when I slide. I mean, a nigga wonder what Lecrae would do. Terrence Martin said I'm mentally with layers, true. I flood the market with my best regards. I paid your dues, and so it's up if you ain't one of ours. It's bad news. My nigga Jay Estrada said
if you ain't one of us, then it's bad news.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I had a conversation during the middle of the battle with my guy DAYLYT. I used to work with DAYLYT. I've known DAYLYT for many, many years. The battle rapper DAYLYT. I used to work with him before he had the face tat, and we worked together side by side at a restaurant called Quiznos in Carson, California. And one of the things that he told me two things. He said, one, Curtis, it's time to get your pen ready. It's time to get them notebooks out, dust them off, because it's time to rap again. We are emerging out of this weird, desolate space that we've been in. He said something's getting ready to happen. That was one thing that he said. But going back to this line right here, he said, I wonder what's going to happen when the actual change happens that we're talking about right now within the context of this song. When the change happens, he says, I wonder what's going to happen to all the little niggas. Not the younger ones, but the lil you, lil this, lil that, lil this, lil you, lil you. What's going to happen to them when the demand is higher from the audience? Forget the labels. They're already clueless. What happens when the people, the same people who can make a star out of somebody on TikTok simply because they can relate to them being a mother and a rapper, or a gas station attendant and a rapper, right? The same ones who will dive into you just doing mukbangs because they like your personality. What happens when you're now living in a space where you have human beings that are asking their artists to do artistic things? I don't have no issue with any influencer that chooses to do music. No issue. But just do that shit for real. I have a problem with anybody. And there's people who out here been rapping all their lives and they half-ass this shit. I got a problem with half-assers. If you don't love this craft, get the fuck out the way. Move. Because all of this shit that you doing is taking up space. All these shows you booking is taking up space. And you notice it's usually people who got a bigger budget than you, more money than you. Get the hell out the way. Go find what it is that you're supposed to do. You know what's crazy? As much as we were talking about gatekeeping, this is going to be the funniest gatekeeping we've ever seen because we don't have to do the gatekeeping, right? We don't have to go figure out how to, what's your history and go do some Carfax. No. The game itself is becoming a gate. And in order for you to perform well in this next era, I believe it's going to come back to the professionals. Music sounds terrible. Some of it sounds amazing. But you know who it sounds amazing by? The people who care. The people who take their time. But you quantity pushing dumbasses who parade around the amount of music you got over the quality of the music you're making, nigga, it's done for. The gimmick is fucking over. The tap dancing ain't gonna sound the same. You better get out here with some real skills. I don't care how many streams you got. What is your character like? What is your character like? Like, what are you really underneath all of that shit? And for anybody that says, oh, that shit don't matter, you won't matter in this space either. Because folks like you have had platforms, folks like you have made millions off the bastardizing of this culture, off of the abuse of this culture. Time is over with. The party's over. That's what Kendrick say. The party's over. It's a lot of goofies with a check. That's right, Normal Rice. It's a lot of goofies with a check.
Gotta burn it down to build it up. That confirmation will as fuck. It ain't too many.
I like that line again.
Jay Estrada said, I gotta burn it down to build it up.
Jay Estrada said, I gotta burn it down to build it up. I know that name. Who is Jay Estrada? Some of y'all, I know one of y'all. Jay Estrada. Who is Jay Estrada? Who is that? Who is Jay Estrada? I know that name. I know that name. It's got to be a friend of his. Got to be some. Anybody know? I know I've heard that name. I know in these circles I've heard again. He dropped again. No, he didn't. Did he drop again? Did he really drop again? Hold on. He's a bass player and musician. Thank you so much, Marie Perry. You talk too much. That's how reaction videos work, honey. That's how reaction works, love. I don't know what you want me to be. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to go play the song like you can go play the song without me here with it? That what you want? This is a reaction. What do you want me to do? You talk too much. What do you want me to do What do you want me to do? All right, where did he drop? Give me some information. I don't have enough information. Let me go check his, he did not drop again. Yeah, you know how to be trying to distract things. All right, reenact the song. That's grade A quality. That's what I needed right there. Not on IG. Say, Kurt, I hear you talk a lot. Yeah, I'm supposed to. I'm a talking head. What do you want me to do? It's like turning the news on and saying, damn, bro, why y'all talking so much? Huh? I don't know, Mr. Gregory. I don't know what I'm supposed to do outside of that. You want radio silence on video? Okay, I'm done. He dropping on Twitter or IG. Somebody please direct us to the new. If you don't like Curtis Breakdown, you know what to do. I'm just saying, like, what you... That's all I'm saying. I said the same thing. Just stare at us, Kurt. No, we ain't gonna do that. All right, Curtis King of Yapping. What's good, Weaver Beats? All right, so you don't have to be here to listen to the song. Just listen to it on your own. Get off simple. I'm gonna just check it. Let me just check the usual places. I don't know, something kind of diabolical about him dropping songs on Instagram. Like, you can't. I love it. You know what's so crazy about this? Look at this shit. You know what's so diabolical about this? Just think about this for a second. On Instagram, straight flexing. On Instagram, you know what you can't do? You can't fast forward. He making these low attention span children These low attention span rap fans have to listen to lyrics all the way through. I love it. I love it. I don't know if that was done intentionally, but I love it. What does the forces represent? We talked about this a little bit earlier. You never heard of Black Air Force One energy? You never heard that before? Let me help you out. Black Air Force. I used to say Patrick Beverly had Black Air Force energy, but for those who have never heard this term before, if someone has Black Air Force One energy, then he is someone who is crazy, doesn't give no shit, and I'm going to add, they can squabble up. If you are at a basketball court and somebody got a pair of shoes on and they change them shoes out for some Black Air Force Ones out of they backpack. I don't know why, but they always got a pair of sleeveless shirts. They always got a supply of that. And they're like this. If they pull off, they pull off their Jordans. They probably ain't got no Jordans, first of all. And it's a little rugged. If they pull off their shoes and put on these black shoes, they mean war. You might die. And they do not care at all about himself or anyone else. They are wild and you shouldn't mess with them. Yep. Just Google it. Just Google people with Black Air Force energy, Air Force One energy. It's different. It's different. Is Kendrick dropping another song tonight? That is a theory. My homie Russell Westbrook definitely got that Black Air Force One energy. He does. He does. I seen him miss a layup and for sure cuss somebody else out. I seen him miss a wide open layup and then cuss somebody else out. It's different. That's different. It's a different kind of energy. He one of the people you look at it right him in the eyes. You're like, I believe you believe everything you just said to me. I'm going to go buy some Black Air Force Ones. I am war ready. One more time. Let's hear the song one more time. The therapies run deep, says Millennial Mindset. I love it. Let's hear the song one more time in its entirety. I can't get enough. It's a 4-minute song. You can't eat this like fast food. You got to sit with it.
Watch the party die. The shit done got too wicked to apologize. It's different, get them whacked and disqualified. We even kill the killers cause they like taking innocent lives. Burn a whole village, we start over. It's really that time. Why reason with these niggas if they can't see the future first? Why argue with these clowns if the circus is well at work? Just walk that man down, that'll do everyone a solid. It's love but tough love sometimes gotta result in violence. If you parading gluttony without giving truth to the youth, the graveyard is company. Just tell us what casket to choose. They party more than bitches. Tell me.
If I text message this to you, that means I'm on my way. You talking a little bit too spicy. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I just wanted to show you my wardrobe before I came over there. Beat your ass. I wanted to show you my wardrobe first. You like it? You like my wardrobe? Where's the rest of it? That's it. I come with these and some Air Force Ones. Huh? It's time. If I text that to you, I'm gonna kick your ass.
What are you working for? They glorify scamming, you get chipped over this credit card. Influencers talk down cause I'm not with the basic shit. But they don't hate me, they hate the man that I represent. The type of man that never did right cause I won a favor. The man that resides in patience. So where the soldiers at? The ones that lost it all and learned to learn from that. A thirst for life, head inside a book cause he concerned with that. Information that'll change his life because he yearns for that. Dedication, finding out what's right cause he can earn from that. I feel for the women that deal with the clown and nerd shit. Covering them today, they ain't really got much to work with. How many bitches harder than a lot of you niggas will trade all of y'all for nip? I can't be proud of you niggas.
I hear you, Dot. I hear you.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm
I can't be proud of you niggas. I'd trade all of y'all for Nip to still be here. Shout out to the Crenshaw T. Come on, man. Man, there was a time when you cared about putting shit out because you knew the other quality that was coming from around you. You knew the other rappers that are out here were going to bring their best. But now shit has gotten so diluted. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm sorry. I'll take the Air Force Ones. Thank you, Sid. I'll put them down here very nicely. Why they still menacing even as a small photo? That's a different kind of energy. Them shoes are still menacing. Why they on a white sheet? Why they on a white silky sheet? I'm nervous. I'm scared. That shit is nerve-wracking.
God, give me life. Dear God, please give me peace. Dear God, please keep these lame niggas away from me. Dear God, keep me shining. The fuck do they really think? Pocket watching, you must be the police. God bless these words. Dear God, bless how I think.
Yeah.
Dear God, draw the line. They trying to confuse them with me.
Yeah.
Dear God, please forgive me. You knowing how hard I tried.
Yeah.
I think it's time for me to watch the party die. Get them gone, we go watch the party die. Send them home, we go watch the party die.
Out of here. Why is it beautiful? That's kind of scary, Manny. It's kind of scary. Why is it beautiful? Because it's the death of something that needs to die.
I think it's time to watch the party die. Street niggas and the corporate guys, the rappers that report the lies. I need their families mortified. We can do life without them, get their bodies organized. Tell me if you oblige. No more pillow talking, jump starting neighborhood wars. Dirty macking bitches because your spirit is insecure. The flashy nigga with nasty decisions, using money as a backbone. I want his head cracked before he's back home. The radio personality pushing propaganda for salary. Let me know when they turn up as a casualty. I want agony, assault and battery. I see a new earth filled with beautiful people making humanity work. Let's kill the followers that follow up on popping mollies from the obvious degenerates that's failing to acknowledge the hope that we trying to spread. If I'm not his vote, then you need to bring his fucking head or film that shit in high res. God, give me life. Dear God, please give me peace. Dear God, please keep these lame niggas away from me. Dear God, keep me shining. The fuck do they really think? Pocket watching, you must be the police. God bless these words, dear God bless how I
what a
think.
time to be
Dear
alive.
God, draw the line, they trying to confuse them with me. Dear God, please forgive me, you knowing how hard I tried. I think it's time for me to watch the party die. Sometimes I wonder what Lecrae would do. Fuck these niggas up or show them just what prayer do. I wanna be empathetic, my heart like D1, but I will. It's time to get these devils out the way.
Yeah.
Heavy metals on my sword, we settle hard disputes today. The ghetto Hollywood divorce, say hello to your future fate. The culture bred with carnivores, you let them snack, they eat your face. The signatures is being forged. They wonder why I'm not enthused to drop. The more visible you get, the more your spiritual is tried. It's cynical to say, I know these artists petrified. The end result in jail by Jezebel, or drugged up full of lies. Critical, I know my physical is tested all the time. I'm pitiful, sunk in place soon as I'm questioning my pride. I'm seeing ghosts, black and white relapsing 1/3 at a time. I spend no feelings that ain't mine. I'm in my feelings when I slide. I mean, a nigga wonder what Lecrae would do.
Forget Lecrae. What is Drake gonna do? What is?
I'm gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I know right now it's gotta be people inside that OVO mansion, inside the embassy or whatever they call it. Like, you fucked up. Look, I'm just gonna be the one to say it in this room. Ain't nobody else gonna say it because I know we usually yes man, but you fucked up. Of all the people you could have chose to do that shit, drive to the and like winning, drop and give me 50. Of all the people you could have agitated, why him? Why him? Yeah, duck facing, duck lipping. What are we doing? Why him? Why him? Why him? What in your beige ass brain? And don't you look at me like I'm light skinned. I'm not light skinned no more. I got traded to Team Chocolate. Yes, sir.
Somebody gonna have to tell
I
the
did.
truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
After this year, it's over. Any traces of a light skinned Curtis, it's done. I'm officially back to my government name of Dewan. I made up Curtis King. Bad mistake on my end. It kind of sounds like an insurance agent. Bad decision. Curtis King, terrible name. It's all right, I live with it. Anyways, Dewan, I got traded, pretty Mimi. You wasn't here? It was a crazy time. I got traded. It happened during the stream. It happened after a really interesting interview with Lupe Fiasco. After that, I was like, I'm done with Team Light Skin. I can't do this anymore. I cannot do this anymore. I can't even look in the mirror no more. I can't. I'm done. I'm done here. I'm done. It was nice. Thank you. Team Chocolate, I know that my application is still pending, and I'm okay with that. But just know, like, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going, because I'm done with this shit. I'm done. I am done. They are sitting in that OVO mansion right now like, what the hell were you thinking? What possessed you to go after him? It's a million rappers you did that shit to Meek. That's cool. That ain't Meek Mill. This ain't Meek Mill. And Meek Mill is very talented. This ain't Meek Mill. This ain't Meek Mill. What was you thinking? This is the gift that keeps giving, and that's the one that you wanted to go throwing low blows at? Check out Lux's last tweet. Hold on. To my Loaded Lux, let's see. Loaded Lux Twitter. What'd he say? What'd he say? What'd he say? That man ain't tweeted in months. What are we talking about? Who you talking about? What Lux you talking about? Anyways, go back to the song real quick.
Terrace Martin said I'm mentally with layers, true. I flood the market with my best regards, I paid your dues. And so what's up if you ain't one of ours?
Eurolux?
My nigga Jay Estrada said I gotta burn it down to build it up. That confirmation will as fuck. It ain't too many will as us. Locking into what I trust. Looking outside, the kids live tomorrow. Cause today the party just
Okay, so this is a okay, so I'm just gonna leave some. I'm gonna just see what he said right here. So this is someone who is. Let me get this description up here. Mentor, artist, manager, A&R managing. All right. From Compton. Innocent people lost their lives, 9/11, respectfully. Stop the second plane gesture. It's a bit wicked, but I understand, especially in the realm of battle rap where anything goes, why some people might have thought that that was alluding to this. He says, nah, that's just a teaser. Watch the next shit. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know, hey, nothing about this surprises me at all. At all. Do you know how crazy? You know how crazy you gotta be? You know how crazy you gotta be to just pull up? You know how much preparation it takes to be an independent artist? You know how much preparation it takes to be an independent artist? We be in our brain like, man, we got to do this rollout. Like, we got to get this artwork done. We got to get these videos done. We got to get, some outlets, some podcasts on board. No. Obviously, Kendrick's in a much different position, but I just need y'all to like pay attention to things like this. This is things I think that get overlooked, right? Everybody's talking about all this salation. Let's just go here. Let's go here for a second. All right. Let's just go here for a second. I want you to peep game real quick. These are the last 1, 2, 3, 4 tweets. Has there ever been a more successful 4 tweets that you've ever seen? This changed lives. These 4 tweets destroyed lives. These 4 tweets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, them destroyed lives. Euphoria. Hi guys, new song on YouTube, Euphoria. Meet the Grams. How crazy you gotta be to drop a song with no thumbnail, just a link. Not like us in Super Bowl.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Oh my gosh. You leave a nigga like that alone. You leave him alone. How you take over Twitter and don't take Twitter serious? How you do that? What make you think? Don't worry about it, guys. I got something for Kenny. Watch this, guys. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make these little club beats. I already got them hypnotized, right? The kids don't know any better, right? It's not like he's gonna make a song that's gonna like do anything better than what I do, right? Like he's right? He doesn't have that, right? What a time. Oh, that is insanity right there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. All right, well, in the words of Dick Gregory, huh? So let's go ahead and have some final thoughts on this, and we'll end this, and we'll come back to some other thoughts for you guys, right? So, death of the party. I imagine that's got to be, you know what? Matter of fact, I think this is a good time to pull this up. I'm not done here yet. I don't care. Go somewhere else if this is going too slow for you. I'm going to dive here into a clip that I played from that movie, The Spook That Sat by the Door, because I do feel like it is very, very relevant to the conversation we're having right now. Oh yeah, speaking of, by the way, just you know, just an idea. Look at my guy DAYLYT, a damn fool. This is when he sold out his show for his release party with Willie B. Just giving y'all context, because some of y'all, you know, come in here and you're like, oh, you know, this is like a pretty good video. What a good guy. Just giving you context. Let's keep it going. I want to find this video. Let's see, where are we at with it? It should be popping up here very, very soon. Very, very soon. Also, too, while you're here on the channel, feel free to look around. Like I said, I have an interview with my guy B Fresh, who's a longtime friend of Kendrick. And I also have an interview with my girl Storm DeBarge, who obviously you saw her doing all of the choreography and background dancing at the Pop Out, as well as the Not Like Us video. Just talked to her on the channel. You should definitely check that interview out. Ooh. Now, for those earlier who were asking about what is the spook that sat by the door, I know you've probably heard even Nipsey talk about this. It's a very important movie. It is absolutely free on YouTube. If you got time tonight, watch it tonight and think of that movie in context of what's happening right now. You don't usually see a guy like a Kendrick in a position to make the kind of change that he's making, or provoking, or agitating, or mentioning, whatever you want to call it, because some people will say that that's an agitation or that's an exaggeration. That's fine. But watch this clip, and this should kind of give you an idea of what this movie's premise is.
We use red beans, Benny Rooster, Pomani, JT, Johnny, and Tom.
Actually, that might be the wrong clip. Where's the other one? There's another clip up here. Here it is. This is the one.
You're all experts in stealing from your black brothers and sisters. Now you will learn how to steal from the enemy. Remember, a black man with a mop, tray, or broom in his hand can go damn near anywhere in this country. And a smiling black man is invisible. The president of Chicago Edison's collective pipes. Stud, you will rip off the president's pipes while he is in his office.
I think of this in context of what's happened with the industry and how everybody's turned a deaf ear to the rapidy rap niggas. Everybody's turned a deaf ear to those trying to keep this hip hop spirit and this hip hop thing alive. Those who are channeling their ancestors. Oh, that's good. Let's just throw it into a movie and call it Black Panther. They'll be happy. Let them enjoy it. Let them enjoy it. Okay. I think about how they look at artists like that, who are in this industry, that don't play by those industry rules, as folks who are simply powerless, right? You love the culture so much it's almost to a fault. Those folks don't usually get the opportunity to change things. In the context of this movie, he says, black man with a mop and a smiling face is damn near invisible. I feel like in order for this, in this context, to be the way that it is right now in this industry, to be in an industry where everybody's talking about drugs and everybody's talking about pills and drilling and killing and all of this other crazy shit, you have somebody who's just peeping game. And when it's time to make the shift, he does it. This movie is called The Spook That Sat by the Door. It is absolutely free right now on YouTube. Go check it out. I would love for you to support it, but I know how some of y'all are. Just go watch the movie because the message is so important. It definitely is a movie that I wouldn't be surprised if it got pulled down from the internet. But I'm saying this to say that is the context of what we're in right now, right? And that you got somebody that they always looked at as, he ain't a threat. He's just he's for the culture and all of that. That's cool. As long as you keep on making money, you good with me. Look at it now. He's literally telling them, hey, the party is over with. So you got this gentleman that came in here. He got ignored because he's just the guy that's cleaning the windows. And he's a high-level exec in the space that he's in. The gentleman that walked in here, the brother that walked in here, went through all the decks, went through all of them, and now he's getting important information to bring back to the tribe. What does that sound like? So, I want you to go ahead and watch the movie if you get an opportunity. The book, I am just digging into the book. I wish I could give you an opinion of the book. I heard the book goes into even greater detail. I'm a movie guy. I watched the movie first. I've heard the context of it. I got the book sitting right down there, at the in my little bookcase and all that good stuff. With that said, though, I think we're just entering a time where slowly but surely, good point, hippie world. Good point, hippie world. We're entering a time where the artists that are the professionals are being invited back into the room. I say this with all due respect to some of you that are content creators first, and you dive into music because there's an opportunity here. I say this with all due respect. It's time for you to really show and prove now, because if not, we can do without you. We can do without you. There was a time that you could get off, even as a producer, you could sell beats that sounded exact like carbon copies of shit that's already out by popular producers. AI came through and said, no more of that. We can do that for you. There was a time, even in rap, where as long as you had a following, you could be bad. What's a girl name? Bad Bunny? Bad Baby? Bad Barbie? Whatever her name is. She got a record deal because she cussed her mama out on what's my guy TV show name? Why you think this is okay? On daytime TV, she got a deal because of Dr. Phil. She got a deal for cursing her mama out on Dr. Phil. That's when I seen this shit and I said, oh, we about to enter a dark age. We're about to enter a dark age. And we did. The Catch Me Outside shit, yes. And I'm not saying this as like a disrespect to her, because why wouldn't she go get her money? Flip it into a positive. But what I'm saying is we made celebrities out of people that weren't meant to be celebrities. We made people influencers who weren't supposed to be influential. They just were entertaining. We allowed people to be tastemakers in hip hop that should have never been tastemakers. And guess what? You know why you got the worst reviews from some people out here? Because they knew nothing about what they were talking about. They were sitting up here dicing down lyrics, but they've never written lyrics. But they're going to give you an educated guess about what it means. They don't understand nuance. They don't understand double entendres. They don't understand the way that bars are set up. They don't understand any of these mechanics. Even as a writer, they don't understand them. But they're going to educate you and I about what that is. No. In the same period that you're seeing even sports media change, the same thing is happening right now. Weaver, this is not the time, sir, and I'm going to fry you right now. If you go, Weaver, this is not the time. Artists for the listeners, not artists. Weaver, I understand what you're saying, brother, and I say this with love. Then why don't the listeners make it? It's for them to consume. It is not them to control. Why don't they make it? And matter of fact, you know what has happened in the last X amount of years? They've been making it. And that's why it sounds fucking horrendous. That's why it sounds horrendous. That's why it sounds horrendous. Because you got people, imagine if we replaced, somebody had this great example. Imagine if we replaced every actor in Hollywood with folks that do skits on TikTok. No disrespect, because they're great at what they do on TikTok. Imagine we replaced every actor in Hollywood with people who do skits. Imagine we replaced every doctor, every dentist with somebody who just did some research. Leave it to the professionals. That's what I'm saying. Leave it to the professionals, brother. Leave it to the professionals. You're a professional at what you do. I would not want it to be in the hands of somebody else to be a professional weaver beats. That's trash. That's trash. That's trash. Oh, Weaver. Oh, Weaver. We'll have that conversation another day. But nah, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I can't have that conversation. Matter of fact, maybe after I can't have that conversation today. No. There's no way. The party's over, Weaver. The party's over, friend. The party's over. We can't do anything that's gonna be like, we still got some life. No, they don't got no life. No more allowing people who should have never had a seat at the table dictating what art should be when they've never made art. They can have an opinion. They can decide whether or not to consume it. But art sounded better when it was in the hands of professionals. Doechie's album sounds fire because it's in the hands of professionals like producers she's working with and herself as being a professional. She is the quality. She is the product of artist development. Music sounds better when you leave it in the hands of the professionals. Can there be valuable input that you can get from a listener? Absolutely. But there's a reason why there are people who watch the game from the sidelines, talking about basketball in any sport. There's a reason why they watch the game, and there's a reason why there's others that play it. Throwing peanuts from the you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason. Sound elitist? Nah, that just sounds like a word that gets made up in these times. That just sounds like some new shit. That sounds like some new shit niggas make up. Like toxic optimism. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. Niggas be making up shit every day. I hate it here. Toxic optimism. Stop it. Sound elitist. No. It's called leave the sound in the hands of the professionals. It's called enjoy what you get. Sit down, shut the hell up, and if you don't like it, prove it with your dollars. Prove it with your dollars. Prove it with your dollars. And these artists will make some adjustments. But I think it's important that we leave the creative decisions to the professionals, or else why would anybody want to aspire to be a professional? Doechii sounds different. Tyler, the Creator, sounds different, right? The Kendrick sounds different because those are professionals that are not being led by what's popular or what other people say they want. Nobody out here asks for this, but this is exactly what we needed from Kendrick today. I guarantee you, the majority of people out here listening right now ask for broccoli. They want the full version of broccoli. Nobody asked for this, and this is exactly what we needed. Nobody asked Andre 3000 for a flute album. But the way that life was going, DAYLYT had to tell me this one. The way that life was going, how hectic and how divisive shit was, that's what you needed from 3 Stacks. You didn't deserve an album. We didn't deserve an album. The way we was going to judge it, we didn't deserve an album. But he made a decision, and I'm glad he did, because when you let the creatives lead, you get a different result, I think. So I feel what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, Weaver, but like, let's say that for another day. I think that's a good topic for us to go ahead and debate. Let's just dedicate a stream to that. I'm trying to buy time, ladies and gentlemen, for whenever for whenever this next song drops, because I know if it dropped and I go to sleep, I'm gonna be pissed off. Okay, Weaver, brother, I promise you, Weaver, you know you my dog, man. I appreciate you over there vouching for me and all that good stuff, all that madness happening in the other space. But Weaver, let's save the conversation for that time. Let's do it. Let's definitely do it. Curtis, call djhed and ask when the next song dropping. I am not about to, California girl, I am not hitting up djhed. He says stay on live. All right, with that said, how about we do this? Let's end this one out. Final thoughts. I'm glad that the professionals are being, I'm glad that the presence of the professionals are being asked to come back because it's well overdue. Shout out to Kendrick for putting out this call right now, because a lot of people right now are probably looking around like, I don't got nothing for this time period. I don't got no time. I don't got nothing for this time period right now. I don't got shit for this time period. Kendrick dropping in 20 minutes. Y'all gotta stop making shit up. Y'all sound like Akademiks. Nobody drops if Akademiks doesn't know about it. I don't care what a rapper gotta say. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't y'all do that. Don't y'all turn into that. Y'all were doing so well. Don't turn into that. Don't do it. I'm DIYers, those are my thoughts. You let me know what you think.
DIY.